Welcome to the Prime Real Estate Network channel on YouTube. I'm your host, Mr. Prime Real Estate, Ric Davis.
And I'm your host, the Texas Real Estate King, LarryWBrooks.
Every week, the King and I will provide you exclusive access to our network of lenders, investors, and real estate professionals from both the commercial and residential real estate sectors.
Now, are you millionaire minded? Or maybe you're a millionaire in the making. Make sure that you subscribe so you can get connected to the network. And always remember, the Prime Real Estate Network, where millionaires are in the making.
Create wealth for generations.
What's up, Prime Real Estate Network listeners? It's your man, LarryWBrooks, a.k.a. the Texas Real Estate King. Hey, when you get a moment, go ahead and go over to shoplwb.com. You can see the Pure Hustle merchandise that we had over there, some of our newer items that we have in stock, and of course, I got all the books that I've authored. I'd love for your support. You have a great day.
Good day. Welcome to the Prime Real Estate Network Live. I'm your host, Ric Davis. If you don't follow me on social media, I invite you to do so at Prime Real Estate Ric. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in residential or commercial real estate anywhere in the great state of Texas, you can reach me directly on Instagram at Prime Real Estate Ric. As always, it's an honor and a pleasure to be here with you this week, and it's really excited about today's show. I want to give a huge shout out to everybody that's checking us out live on YouTube and Facebook. Get involved in today's show. You can leave myself or the Texas Real Estate King a relevant real estate question in the comments section, and you never know, we may be able to get your question answered on today's show. Without any further ado, I want to take some time to introduce my co-host. He is not only a highly successful real estate broker, he's a multi-time author, serial entrepreneur, proud proprietor of the Pure Hustle clothing brand. I want to thank him so much for sitting in on the Prime Real Estate Network Live. And I'd like to introduce the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks. How are you?
Yo. Hey, no complaints, Rick. Listen, we done made it to another year. Time to show off.
Hey, man, this is a great year. I want to wish you a happy new year, man. Huge shout out to you, fam, everybody over at Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm, man, as we get comfortable and celebrate the year 2026.
Yeah.
Can you just share with our audience, Mr. Brooks, what does this year symbolize? What does this year make you feel as far as business, family? What kind of emotions did you go through on New Year's Eve that we crossed over into this new year, sir?
Yeah, man, as I think about it, Rick, I think 2026 should be a year of, showing out, like just really getting excited about some of the things that you've accomplished. For me, this is a milestone year. I'm not going to name the age, but it's a milestone year. And so when I think about 2026, man, I'm what they say, rock starring, or just really showing off the blessings that have been bestowed upon me throughout the years, man. So I'm not holding back on any of that. I'm going to be what they call selfish in understanding where life is, the good things that life has that's placed upon me, man. So that's what I'm excited about. That's what I'm excited about the family. I'm boastfully and bragging about everything everybody around me got going on, my friends. So just know that if you close to me, I'm putting it out there. I'm letting the world know that you're great.
I really do feel similarly about this year because it's just, and I don't know if it was the year 2026, or it just seems as if everyone was so uplifted around New Year's Eve. Everyone had great aspirations for the new year. I had people reaching out to me talking about purchasing their first home. I had past clients reaching out talking about wanting to take advantage of some investment opportunities. Yep. And it's just, especially as a real estate professional and a business owner, it just really puts a lot of air in my sails to know that this year, 2026, isn't just exciting for me, exciting for you, but it's exciting for the entire sphere of real estate. Correct. Those owners, those investors, people that's looking to buy, sell. So just from a real estate perspective, Larry, have you had people reaching out to you? What kind of questions have you been getting as we go into this new year?
Well, one of the things that I do, Rick, that I actually talk about this a lot. I usually tell a lot of our newer agents this, but every year, although I've been in this business close to just about 25, maybe over 25 years, sometimes it slips my mind. I every year still send out a text message to the people that are in my phone. That's about 900 people, right? I send out a message and it's asking for business. Now, regardless that I've been doing this for many years and no one that associated with me should not know that I do this. Every year I send out a statement, and that statement usually goes, hey, you got 2 minutes to help me out? Everyone always says yes. And I say, who do you know that's looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, right? Send that statement out, and what that does is it does two things for you. One thing is it allows those people that have been thinking about diving or investing in real estate to reach out to you or to say, hey, you know what, this is what my plan is. This is what I thought about. And then for those that don't have any business at that time, what it does is it plants a seed as they're sitting down with friends and watching the college football playoff games, as they're getting ready for the Super Bowl, and they're having conversations with friends, or celebrating fraternity founders days or sorority founders days. They're going to think about you whenever a friend of theirs mentioned that they want to be going into real estate or they're looking for advice when it comes to real estate. You're going to be top of mind. So to answer your question, I sent out that statement, and of course, I get a flurry of people that are looking to get some type of real estate, man. So definitely a lot of investors have came and showed up to the market. So I'm always excited about that.
You know, that's something that you don't just keep secret. You share that with all of our agents, everyone in our leadership committee. And that's why I'm so excited to introduce everyone in the Prime Real Estate Network audience to tonight's event that we're spearheading and that we're really so proud of. And I want to invite everyone in the audience to register for tonight's free webinar. If you're one of the people who got Mr. Larry W. Brooks' text message this holiday season, or if you're somebody who got one of my emails, I want to invite you to register, sign up. Tonight's event is free. It's the Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm Real Estate Investor Strategy Webinar. You can register at the Brooks and Davis Eventbrite page. You see the registration link scrolling across the bottom of the screen. If you are a first-time investor, if you're a seasoned investor, if you want to learn about what's going on in the city of Houston or everywhere in the state of Texas, this event is for you. Mr. Brooks knows so much about opportunities in and around the city of Houston that we'll be sharing. Also, Coach Mike will be involved. This is something that I think everyone in the Prime Real Estate Network audience will get value from and be able to take advantage of some of the strategies that shared tonight. So everybody, you're invited. You see the registration link on the screen. Tonight, 7 p.m. Central Time, free webinar. Go to the Brooks and Davis Eventbrite page. Appreciate you, Mr. Brooks, man. With this being the first Prime Real Estate Network live episode of the year 2026, I want to give you an opportunity to share a little bit about our first guest of the year.
Yeah, first guest.
How you were introduced and how we were able to gain this expert's commitment to sit in on the show with us this week.
Well, listen, you know, first episode of the year, man, you got to bring out a rock star, a superstar, somebody that's been changing the game in this real estate industry for over 15 years. And I've known her for at least 15 years, right? We've had an opportunity to serve on several HAR advisory boards together, you know, do volunteer work together, and just really push the energy behind this real estate vehicle that we have in the Houston and the state of Texas, man. So I'm excited to have her on. It was not a hard commitment to get, but it's always a happy commitment when I have the chance of bringing on such a seasoned veteran and such a friend in this industry, man. So I'm excited about having her on today, and I'm excited about the gems and whatever questions that she's able to, you know, feed back into the audience today.
Hey, without any further ado, I'd like to take some time to introduce this week's guest. Our guest is not only a top producer and realtor here in the city of Houston. She is a luxury real estate investment expert, also an entrepreneur, is also a tastemaker. I want to thank her so much for taking some time to sit in on the show, and I'd like to introduce to everyone, Miss Kye Sampson. How are you?
Hi, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Look at y'all hyping me up. I need to hold on. I didn't know y'all was gonna do all that, and I didn't realize it was the first episode of the year. Oh wow, that's amazing.
You know, Larry and I have an ongoing joke that we decided to host our show on the busiest day of the week for business owners and entrepreneurs. So
my
thank you
God.
so much for carving some time out of your Thursday lunch schedule to sit in with us.
You know what? And I didn't realize that today has been crazy. I'm like, oh my God, I never realized Thursday was a busy day. Y'all sure y'all want me on this show? Because I might be a little unfiltered here.
Oh, no, absolutely. And we won't keep you long, Ms. Sampson. So first thing, thank you so much. What about the new year really has you excited about real estate? What things have you been really excited to share to not only your clients or everybody in your personal sphere of influence?
I think the main thing about real estate that has me excited this year is that the rates is going down. Hello. Hello. I think everybody should be excited about that. Rates are going down. And also, I am excited about AI. I think just adding AI as a layer to your real estate career, it's here. You got to learn it. And I think it's amazing. So that's what I've been diving into the first part of the year.
One of the things that really excited me about having you on the show this weekend, I want to give Larry his flowers publicly for being able to gain your commitment to sit in with us, is because you're such a tastemaker as far as luxury real estate from the agent standpoint, as far as, like you say, the way you've embraced AI, social media. Yeah. But I think a lot of people, when they meet you, Kye, they may not truly appreciate the evolutionary track you've had in your career to put you in a position to start selling luxury real estate, especially in a city as competitive as Houston. Yeah. So for those new agents that are just recently signed up to be teammates and family over at Brooks and Davis, who are fresh out of real estate school, and they have really powerful goals of making a real mark in the luxury real estate space here in Houston, could you just talk about some of the things that they can expect, some of the things that you've had to evolve from, and some of the things that people may not appreciate that goes into being able to be in a position to help those high net worth clients that you serve?
Yeah, first of all, I love Larry. I'll do anything for him. So this was an easy yes. Thank you first and foremost. And I love Brooks and Davis. You guys have did so much for the community for so many years. So I think the most important thing is like I just said, I love Larry. It's relationships and relationship building, and trust. Also, along with trust, there's a skill, but you kind of got to crawl before you walk. I think being knowledgeable and well-versed in all aspects of real estate, as far as price points are concerned, is important. Because I think we were talking earlier and I was like, hey, I just listed a $45,000 lot for sale. Mind you, that client that I'm listing those lots for, we did multi-million-dollar deals together. So you got to know both ends of the spectrum, but I think you don't just stop there. And if you want to kind of tap into the luxury market, I'd say this, initially it was intimidating to me because I think a lot of people, and I'm going to be very honest and very transparent, I think a lot of people get confused with agents who may sell in a certain price point. That's not my life. I don't live in $1 million house. You feel me? So initially it's like, oh my God, it's such a different lifestyle. I remember my first client that was like a millionaire, and he was, maybe I shouldn't say he or she, but this person, their income was like $200,000 a month. And I remember reading that and I was like, and this was on the low end. And I was like, man, $200,000 a month. I couldn't even fathom that. And so it was a little intimidating. And then you'll go into these big, gigantic houses and then you come back to your little house. I'll never forget one of my clients one time, I was like, hey, just teaching, because that is a certain type tax bracket, and just teaching them, hey, I know later you're going to want me to sell this house. Please don't go in and add all this upgrades and this, because of their lifestyle, because I can't guarantee you I can get all that money back. We're already at the top of the market in this subdivision, right? So that is being knowledgeable. Yes. And the comps are any price point, right? That's any neighborhood. I don't care if it's $100,000, $200,000. You don't go add a ton of upgrades overbuild for the neighborhood. Right. So he was doing it, he or she was doing it anyway. And he says to me, well, this is just a basic house. I mean, I was thinking to myself, I I live in a basic house. If you lived in my house, you would probably jump off the 59 bridge. Like, no. And so it was a mentality. It was a mind shift. And that's often in a lot of things that we do. It's a mind shift. And also something for 2026, mind shift and being in an alignment. So just being adjacent to some of those things, if you're not already there, and I was not there, I just opened myself up to that lifestyle. I started reading travel magazines, started to travel more, started going to the country clubs, and just engulfing myself into that lifestyle. And I remember once too, and I got a bunch of stories and I won't bug y'all, but one of my clients who's well off, I got in his vehicle one day and he told me this. He was like, Kye, you know that one day you got in my vehicle, you start moving stuff around. You told me to put my cup in the cup holder and this, that. And he was like, you got in here like you've been there before, you know? And I'd never been in that type of vehicle before, you know, a 6-figure vehicle, but I felt like I belong. And so you kind of got to walk in the room like you own it. They don't know. But if that's the lifestyle you desire, you just kind of walk in and own it. And that's kind of how I changed my mindset. And once you sell $1 million house, you can sell 15, 30, in my opinion, because then it comes into a storytelling, the structure, the architecture of a home, the beauty of a home. It gets so much deeper than price point and ultra luxury, right? So
I want to ask you this because Larry and I, we both served as mentors to new agents, and both of us really feel like foundationally, that's really important part of being an entrepreneur as a business owner is educating yourself, being around like-minded professionals, and being in rooms where it forces you to evolve professionally. So were you mentored early in your real estate career? Do you currently mentor young agents? Do agents reach out to you via social media or in person from that standpoint? I'm just curious as far as your brand and how far your brand is taking you with that next generation of agents.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, yes, and yes. Yes, yes, and yes, because you can't know it all. I was mentored early on by a very great broker here in Houston, Texas. And I learned a lot. You know, I learned my very first deal was a short sale. And I remember people telling me, don't do it because you probably won't get paid. Well, I did it and I closed it. And I learned so much before short sales was a whole thing. And before that foreclosure wave came in. And so a mentorship, I did like a year of just studying Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac and just learning the ins and outs of real estate before I even made any money. So that was big. And even, you know, I'd say the middle of my career, I started doing coaching. Like I had a coach and I learned how to leverage, how to build systems. And so that was important. And so now I also do that with new agents. I mentor, I coach. I have a coaching program. I'm actually coming out with my first online course. I'm so excited. And let me tell you, I was so against it because I was afraid. And something that Larry was like, you know, or you may have said you're a tastemaker, you've been doing all this for 16. I'm like, dang, but I struggle with that because I was like, I haven't been in the business for a long time, but why would somebody want to listen to me? You know, that was that imposter syndrome kicking in because it's like, for me, it's like, okay, you want to sell 2 million a year. You want to do 4 million. You want to do 8 million. Now you want to do 15. And if you feel like you're not in a certain, for me, if you're not in a certain space, like people really wouldn't listen to me. And then nowadays, social media, if you don't got 15,000 followers or 50,000 followers, people discredit you rather than discrediting that scammer who paid for their followers. But that's another conversation for another day.
The thing is, Kye, everything you're saying, the thing is you are a veteran in this industry. Because when we think about it, you know, the lifespan of a realtor is usually like an NFL player, right? They may make 2 years, but for the most part, you make it over 5 years, you're a veteran. You make it over 15 years like yourself, you're a super veteran. There's nothing that you can say to someone and they should not take that to heart because you've been in the trenches. Like you said, when you was mentioning the REOs, half the new realtors that came in the last 24 months or 2-3 years, they don't even know what that is. They don't understand their process and how that hustle was put together back in the days, right? Yeah. So BPOs. Your first deal is like, hey, come on now. You get a chance to get it. So you are definitely the type of person that needs to create courses, create opportunities for people to learn from you. No doubt about it.
I appreciate that, brother. Like that learning is so important to me because I remember being in the business wishing like somebody just hold my hand so I can figure this out. So it's like my agents that I work with or anybody, even agents that are not with me or DMs, whatever, I always answer questions. It doesn't my light, it doesn't dim the other person's light. It doesn't help to help each other. It doesn't hurt to help each other, which is so important.
Yep. Absolutely. I want to ask you this because one of the luxuries that Larry and I have is that we had the opportunity every week to sit down with some of the most talented, successful business owners in and around the greater Houston area. And we want to ask this question not only for ourselves, but also for our audience. So, Ms. Sampson, when you think back to your upbringing as a young lady, were there any members of your family that were entrepreneurs or business owners? And if so, how did they serve as an example or a guiding light for you to take this path?
Yes, my grandfather, shout out to Benny Thomas. And it's funny, you don't realize it. Sometimes you don't, like they say, hindsight is 20/20. You don't even realize it. My grandfather started out in education. He was a school teacher. Then he was a bus driver. And then and I'm from a small town between Houston and Dallas, actually. I don't know if people ever heard of Corsicana, but yeah, it's there. I know, don't tell nobody. And so he owned pretty much half the east side of that town. And we'd go there every summers and he'd be working on properties and changing light bulbs and being an electrician and burning crap up. And I'd just be there, walking up and down the street, hanging out with him in these properties. And I didn't realize he was fixing them. Right. And then he leased them out. And it wasn't until I got into real estate and then he passed some property down to us. And I was like, dang, it was always in my blood. So shout out to my grandfather for just having me in that environment. And it just, apparently it's soaked in, so here we are. He would be very proud. I know he is proud of me.
I thank you so much for your transparency. I think there's so many members of our audience that have been able to take some of the tidbits and gems that you shared during this interview and not only edify themselves, but hopefully add it to their professional portfolio and make them even more effective, efficient, and more valuable to the real estate community and all the people and clients that they service. And thank you so much again, because you've been so generous with your time. One final question.
Yes.
For the members of our audience that would just love to meet, greet, and interact with you personally, what opportunities will there be in the near future? Will you be out and about? Where can the Prime Real Estate Network audience interact and meet Ms. Kye Sampson?
For sure. You can find me anywhere on social media at kyesampson.com, KYESAMPSON. It's all across the board. I don't have any nicknames, Chocolate Thunder, Real Estate, Texas Real Estate Queen, none of that. No shade, but it's all Kye Sampson. You can Google and find it anywhere. Hopefully you guys will have me back. And let me just say to your audience, happy 2026 to you. Your mindset is key. You can do anything. Just change your mindset. Believe. I know Larry's in his soft life right now. I'm not there yet. So let's go. Let's go for it all.
No doubt about it. Kye, real quick. So following you on your platform, is that where they can find information about the course that you're going to have here?
Absolutely. If you go to Instagram, LinkedIn, they're all linked on my profiles. They're all linked in my bios. TikToks at kyesampson.com, Instagram at Kye Sampson. They're all linked.
No doubt. Kye, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much, my friend.
Yeah. And you can also call me 281-630-6030. So
thank you so much. It's been an honor and a pleasure, Queen. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Great episode, Mr. Brooks, man. Yeah. Oh, my God. Her light is infectious, man. What type of energy did you gain after that interview? What type of themes or what did you take from our sit down with Miss Sampson?
Well, like I said, man, this year, 2026, man, I'm on my team side, my friends' side. If they out here winning, they creating something, I'm gonna be right there with them, sharing and supporting them. As we've done in the past, if any of our past alumni of this of Prime Real Estate has anything going on, they're more than welcome to join the platform again to talk about that, expose their businesses. So that's what I'm about, man. That kind of energy. And see, that's why people, she's been in this industry so long because of that energy. I believe she might be one of the very few guests that leave the show and say, hey, here's my number, because this is what I do. Right. And that's kind of how it works, man. So I'm just excited that we started out this 2026, our first episode with a rock star in this industry that's continuing to grow. And that what I love most is continue to pour into other people or other agents that are looking to get into this business and change and have them have a longevity career where they can look up in 15, 16 years later and say that they've been in this industry.
Look, man, I agree totally, man. Big, huge shout out to Miss Kye Sampson. Thank her so much for her time. Huge shout out to the team over at Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm. Shout out to the team over at Prime Real Estate Network. One more time, everybody in the audience is invited. Register for tonight's Real Estate Investor Strategy webinar brought to you by Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm. Go to the Brooks & Davis Eventbrite page. You'll see the information scroll across the bottom of the screen, man. If this is your first opportunity to invest in real estate, take advantage of the generational wealth that's being created here in the city of Houston. This is what me and Mr. Brooks, we thrive on this energy. We want to make millionaires this year. Get involved, register for the webinar. Please be active. We're here for you. Facebook, Instagram, text, email, all that good stuff. So, Mr. Brooks, any final words this week for the Prime Real Estate Network audience before we sign off, bro?
No doubt, man. Shout out to J15, the ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha, celebrating their Founders Day, 118 years, man. I salute that. Y'all definitely have a safe and an amazing day out there. And hey, man, this is just, again, this is the year of excitement. This is the year of being transparent about your wins. We ain't gonna be shy about our wins. We gonna win. Let's go.
Absolutely, man. So on behalf of myself and the Texas Real Estate King, I want to thank everyone in the audience for tuning in. Until next week at this same time, we urge everyone in the audience to please be safe and be blessed.
Be blessed.